everyone. 2025 will be insane because there is no wall, aka because technology. This is news from 5D. I'm Otis 5D.
News from 5D with Otis 5D.
I forgot to do my thing where I say, because like featuring Dr. Singularity. I'm like my own technological setup is driving me insane. I hope, though, based on my... Is my mic, like... What is going on with this? I feel like my mic is, like, acting up. I don't know. Check. Okay. So anyway, featuring Dr. Singularity. Dr. Singularity says there is no wall. Next year will be insane. And he quotes a Singularity subreddit saying, with the live bench results of O1 and the announcement of VO2, it is clear there is no wall. So, there's like a AI hater named Gary Marcus, and, there's a lot of these people, but he's a famous one. And, he's basically saying that this is all just like overhyped and, AI is like not that big a deal. And we when you really think about it, we actually haven't seen much advancement since GPT-4, and most likely GPT-4 is like we're gonna start hitting the S curve there. There's no asymptote. All these like delusional people about a singular. Nah, dude, these people are fucking retarded, bro. We're headed out of the space-time continuum altogether. So, what does this mean with the live bench results of O1 and the announcement of V2? So VO2. So the best model was Sonnet 3.5 Claude, and it scored, I want to say something like 49 on the coding thing, which was like a revolutionary score. And then O1 came out and scored like 71. So it jumped like 25% in a few months. And the Sonnet thing, which just happened like a couple months ago, was already hailed as this like major breakthrough on a small scale, right? Like let's stop using major as a breakthrough, right? And then, for the past 6 or 8 months, everybody's been talking about OpenAI Sora, and one day this like Sora thing is going to get released, and then you're going to be able to make these crazy text to video prompts, and then Google yesterday demoed VO2, VEO number 2, and it shits on Sora. And so like this is what I'm planning for. My thoughts from 5D tonight, which I recommend watching, I think it's kind of interesting, was about all I know how to do is grind and flail. And one of the things I didn't mention in that video is that part of my thesis is that like I'm only half of this whole thing that I'm doing. AI is like the other half. And so the AI right now is kind of like at best a junior partner, right? It's like, okay, bro, like thanks for the help, lil bro. But what I'm betting on is that like soon enough, I'm going to be the lil bro, where it's like, hey, Otis, thanks for like moving your mouth and creating this like transcript that I can then turn into something that's actually good and actually engaging to the world at large, because sadly the world does not actually just want to listen to you talk to yourself for 10 minutes at a time over and over and over. But I can take that raw material, I being, the AI of the future that I'm anthropomorphizing, and turn it into something that's actually good and engaging. So the point is that all these like, decels and doomers and retards, they're wrong. They're wrong. Nothing's slowing down. In fact, everything is speeding up. And as Mark Andreessen discussed, both, I think VO2, I know Sora, but I think VO2. Let me just say Sora, because I actually don't know, is a world model, meaning it like understands physics. And even if VO2 doesn't, yesterday some like Chinese guy announced an open source world model that looks crazy as fuck. And so what Mark Andreessen said is that more or less this could mean that robotics is just solved, because AI has a world model and the robot just taps into it. And so the robot like instantaneously understands fluid dynamics and physics and just all of this stuff. Like, think about all of the work that has gone in Pixar and Houdini and all of these software to understand the world, all of the algorithms that have been created for hair and waves and so on. All of this stuff can start to just be plugged in, and then the AI just like has it. It just like gets how our world works. It can just simulate it on first principles, basically, on like the mathematical formulas that create what we call turbulence or something. And then the robots, like, dude, the fucking Chinese, like the Western people are so lost in the sauce because they all like, the West is just like banning China, like any good things that come out of China, they just get banned in the West. So the West is more or less unaware of how much China is decoupling in terms of consumer paradise and technological delights from the West. And so point being, like, that includes humanoid robots. And so I feel like every day now I see some other Chinese startup building like a on the market, ready to be sold humanoid robot. So this is the final year of like of prehistory, like where things like cavemen make sense and like forests. And I may end up like neo-Amish or something, where I'm not saying this as somebody that's like all in on, turning myself into a cyborg, like far from it. But nevertheless, it's like I can read the writing on the wall. Next year begins the fucking fifth dimension, basically. It's like, it's a totally different world. It's robots and AI and drones and self-driving cars and mixed reality and, VR, AR, and, 5G and like cryptocurrency, digital assets as the centerpiece of our civilization. It's like a totally different civilization. The previous civilization was like oil and wood and fucking iron and copper and gold, and like fish, it's like cattle. And the next one is it's all digital. It's all synthetic. It's all silicon based. And I don't know. Like, it doesn't really matter what your opinion about that is, nor does it matter what that's what's happening on planet Earth right now. And so next year is going to be insane because nobody's prepared for this. Like, people are barely prepared for Trump, People are barely prepared for like a boomer guy who just kind of rambles a lot and is like super enamored with factories and stuff, which is great. I that was such a horrible straw man, but like, anyway, let's see. Is there anything else to say, or should I have like just told you to go fuck yourself and ended the video already? 25% jump. Yeah, Gemini 2.0 Flash. It's the point is that we are seeing rapid expansion in what the Transformer is capable of. Just like AI researchers have been telling us. Turns out it was not hype. Doesn't matter what Gary Marcus has to say about it. We are no longer in the GPT-4 class. We are moving distinctly above that. So this is the end of the beginning, and what comes next is something very different. And I think that the success of the future will be primarily either in completely sort of like going against technology and going very hard into the real world, like plumbing is probably the stereotypical example, are really leaning into this and utilizing AI to become some kind of like Ubermensch. So, you know what to do. Go fuck yourself. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.